So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now Jones. That's complete. It's Charles. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Harris is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. On 2nd and goal. Jones over the middle, complete. That's Henry. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
It's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Jones throwing on 4th down. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. The Panthers at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Pollard will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Off play action. Jones. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Jones throwing complete for Harris. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back to throw. Jones. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return for the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, you gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season. And his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half. And he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Out to his left. That ball caught by Campbell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run again with Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Second and goal from inside the 5. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you can describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Pollard going to try the right side. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Juwan Bentley there to get him down. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Walton. He's got a man, complete, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 34. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Walton. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice.
Touchdown! Paris Campbell, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So a It's a turnover there on a lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Off the play fake. Walton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And now here's another interception. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Back to the same target, Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Walton. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 33. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Kyle Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play